the one charged with stopping Ezekiel Elliott. Now, this Buffalo defense, they're only allowing 104 rushing yards per game, but Tremaine, he's off the chain. 83 tackles, leads the team, has 1.5 sacks, 7 passes defended, and 7 tackles for a loss. Dude is huge, Scott, 6'5", 250 pounds.
Nice.
What they do is on defense, they put all the defensive linemen in front of him, and so nobody can get to him, and this big body just goes wherever the ball goes. Man, I love it.
Gobbles up everything right there.
There you go.
Zeke needs 81 yards for 1,000 on the season. Does he get it this Thursday or no? Under
Sorry,
or over?
Buffalo Bills fans, but Ezekiel Elliott will get the 81 yards to get to 1,000, but I don't know if they're going to get the win, though.
Oh, okay.
That's the biggest one.
Well, let's talk about the top weapon for the Bills offense, the trigger man, Josh Allen. What do you want to see out of him on Thursday?
Well, I want to see Josh continue to use his legs, right? He has what? He has a lot of rushing touchdowns, just like Lamar Jackson.
The most out of any quarterback. He beats Lamar.
Just like 7. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Actually, they should be looking at what Baltimore is doing down there offensively and borrow some of these things. But check this out. Since week 5, Scott, okay?
Yeah.
Josh Allen has 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Dak Prescott, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 5-2 record for Josh Allen and a 3-4 record for Dak Prescott. And we talking about paying Dak Prescott. You know what? That's a whole nother conversation.
Were you going to go there?
People. I was going to go there. It's the holidays.
Man.
Love you, Dak.
Lindsay?
Big win for the Bears on Sunday, a 5-point win against the Giants, and a step in the right direction for Mitchell Trubisky, who liked the up-tempo offense they went with more, but who admits that there is still work to do. There's not that much time to do that work this week, though. They've got the Lions on Thursday, and Stacey Dales has more on that one.
Short turnaround for the Bears could actually be a good thing on Thanksgiving in Detroit because it's another chance for them to go out and try to fix their slow starts in the first quarter. They are ranked 30th in the NFL with only 24 points this season in the first quarter. Conversely, they are second in the league in the third quarter after halftime. I asked Coach Matt Nagy, have you figured out the whys? And he candidly said, I don't have an answer for you. It's been different players making mistakes, taking turns making mistakes. Quarterback Mitch Trubisky said it has been frustrating. They want that first quarter to be as good as their third quarter. He said everybody has to believe in the game plan through the week, know it inside and out, and all 11 guys got to be on the same page. They have an opportunity in Detroit on Thursday.
Lions-Bears, the early game on Thanksgiving. Saints-Falcons is the late game. And if New Orleans wins this game, they clinch the NFC South. They don't need anything else to happen. It is as simple as that. Whether or not they're going to win this game to clinch the South, though, now that's a different story because in Week 10, the Falcons beat these Saints, and it wasn't even really that close. 26-9. D'Angelo Hall. Are things going to be different this time around?
Things are absolutely going to be different. The Falcons, well, the Saints ran into a buzzsaw in the Falcons. The Falcons had every reason to be motivated for this game. Raheem Morris was moved over to the defensive side of the football. He was, talking real and direct and honest to a lot of these players, and, it galvanized the troops. They played lights out. It was their Super Bowl. They had 7 sacks prior to this game, Lindsay, and they get 6 in this game. But trust me, Saints fans, you don't have much to worry about because that's not the normal Falcons team. And so I think the Saints will get back to what they do pretty well. They didn't run the ball particularly well against, the Falcons in Week 10. And so I look for them to run the ball a little bit more. Drew Brees, no touchdowns, just wasn't quite himself. So I think he gets back, running the offense the way he runs it. And, this Saints offense, Sean Payton, they're going to be ready for the Falcons the second time around.
Drew Brees, no touchdowns. That never happens.
Never, ever happens.
Twice in one season against the same team. Still ahead, a guy by the name of Germany.
The Philadelphia Eagles hosted high school football players and members of a local youth group at the NovaCare facility on Monday. They had some drills and ran a little mini practice for them. It's part of the team's weekly community initiative. Some of the Eagles players on hand: Malcolm Jenkins, Jordan Howard, Joe Ostman, and wide receiver Mac Hollins. Good job, guys. Excuse me, giving back to the community.
Dwayne Haskins also spent some time interacting with the community.
You like to give back too, huh?
The only problem here, it happened on Sunday before the game was over, and he is being blasted for it. Joe Theismann calling him unprofessional. His coach was not so happy with how this went down.
Where's D Hall?
I'm taking the selfie too.
Over here.
My bad. I'm just
you
taking
gotta
the
finish
selfie.
the show,
Hey,
bro.
hey, Joe Theismann, come
You
on,
gotta
Joe.
finish the
Joe,
show.
leave the kid alone, Joe.
What,
Well-
was it not unprofessional?
No, it wasn't unprofessional, man. Joe got to understand, this is a 22-year-old kid. Scott, I was just saying, we all have been 22 years old before, and I've done some things. At 30 years old, I went and grabbed a hot dog during the middle of a game, guys.
Oh, I remember that.
Cut him
You
a
got
break.
blown up for that a little bit.
Yeah, I did a little
you?
bit.
Yeah.
I did a little bit.
But you didn't
But
think
I
the
got
game.
thick skin.
But you
I got
didn't think
thick
the
skin.
game was over, did
And
you?
I'm not the quarterback.
And you're not the quarterback of the team. You have a responsibility, man. Like, that's the issue.
I would say most millennial thing ever, except I don't want to have him make a TikTok of me and say, okay, boomer, or something like that. Yeah. Are those things? Are those things?
Hey,
The
look, this-
situational awareness is the concern,
That's
right?
my concern.
Look, this kid will
You
grow
can't
from
make
this.
excuses from him,
It could have
dog.
been 10 times worse. They could have actually needed him out there and needed to make a play or lost the
Right?
game
What if it was
because
for
of
a
it.
Hail Mary or something like that?
Yeah. So for me, it's a learning experience, man. Like, learn from this, grow from this. I would have liked, him to be a little bit more remorseful in the post-game interview and own it and say, "Hey guys, it'll never happen again."
Young
I made a
guys
mistake."
don't own
But
much
he was,
stuff, though.
yeah, he
Young guys
just
don't own
was
much
like,
stuff.
yeah, I did it.
Some do.
Yeah, some guys do. Just not
You know,
this one right
They're
now.
not all TikToking or
But I bet they
whatever.
won't
Scott
happen
said
again,
something about
trust me.
TikTok. I love TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok.
I ain't never been on TikTok, so.
Don't say that, man. They be watching. We love TikTok.
I'm going to go get a Tic Tac right now.
Okay, we're off the rails here. Seriously,
No
though,
wonder
week
the camera
13, this
melting right
entire
now,
slate is insane. Be back here again tomorrow, 7 Eastern.